Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start a new topic and which is managing the strategy, and in this we are going to cover so many things. Um, First of all, what's the strategic management and why it's important, and discuss its effectiveness, why it effective to study in any organization, and then we will discuss the process of strategic management, in which we have 6 steps, and then we describe why the manager do the internal and external analysis, and the role of resources, capabilities, and competency in internal analysis, and type of strategies, in which we have three: growth strategy, BCG metrics, and SBU, business level strategy, and competitive advantage. What's the competitive advantage? And five forces advantage, and generating competitive strategies, and see the definition of all these organizational strategies, and then we look how it used in organizations. So one by one we will discuss and look on the topics, and then we have contemporary issues in the strategic management, in which we discuss what's the dynamic of organization strategy and significance, and e-business techniques, and strategies organization might use to become more customer oriented and to be more innovative. We will highlight all those strategies because of it the organization become more customer oriented and more innovative, because in today's environment every company, every organization want to be innovative, want to be creative, want to gain some competitive advantage, because without it they are unable to achieve their goal or capture the market shares. Then on the first slide we have a definition of strategic management. Basically, what is strategic management? As you guys know, what is active part of word strategy and manage. So, what is strategy and what is management? So, in the introduction chapter, we discussed the definition of management. Hope you all remember it. And strategy. What is strategy basically? In the previous sessions, in controlling chapter, I think so, we discussed the definition of strategy. What is it? What is a strategy basically? So, basically, strategic management is the set of managerial decisions. Managerial decision is basically we have so many type of managerial decisions, like doing nothing, identifying the cause, take action, correct performance, and corrective action, disciplinary action. It's all the managerial decisions, and then action means we formulate, we implement those decisions which we intend to take and which we want to take. And on the basis of those decisions and implementation and action, we determine the long run performance of an organization. We evaluate whether the organization is doing well, which decisions we taking or initiate. So this is strategic management basically. First we take the decision, then we do action, we implement it, and then we evaluate, we interpret our long-term performance. So, uh, why this strategy is important? Basically, if we are doing anything, we are performing any activity, we are set any goals, so we have some motives. It has some value, it has some importance, so that's why we do it. So basically, why it's important for an organization to do the strategic management. So here is some points we will look at that. Basically, it has so many importance, but we can't cover all the points. So we are discussing some basic or some more essential and some more important points. So it's basically enhance the organizational performance. So if we do the strategic management, so it's ultimately enhance the performance of organization, and if the performance is getting better, so ultimately we achieve the targets and goals, and we become more profitable, and we are making more money, more profit, more income and revenue, which is the sole purpose of an organization. Other things are linked with it, but it's the actual reason for the organization to establish. And then we have the manager examining and adapt to business environment changes. So when we do the strategic management, so in the result of the manager know or manager become aware of the changes or trend of business. So they are become more up to date, they are become more active and become more aware of the changes, variation in business market, in business environment. And it's coordinate diverse organizational unit, helping them focus on organizational goal. So after the strategic management, we will coordinate diverse organizational unit. So we will become more connected, become more interlinked, and we are able to achieve the organizational goal. So this is also the benefit of organizational benefit of strategic management. Then we have to um, because of it, we are become more involved in managerial decision making processes. So it's also the beneficial point for strategic management. So decision making process, we will discuss this decision making process in the coming chapters if we have time and session remains. So it's also a big topic. So because after when we do the strategic management, so we become more involved in the managerial decision making process. Managerial decision making is basically the thing which we discussed many times in previous session, and it can be any sort of decision in order to correct the performance, in order to improve the performance. So it depends on the organization situation and organization nature of problem. Okay? Then we have the process in which we will discuss how the strategic management proceed, how this strategic management work. Um, in the first box, we will identify the organization current mission, goal, and strategies. So first we have the awareness of organization existence, existing, existing mission, existing goal, and strategy. What the organization want to achieve, what the organization target, what the organization desire and wants, and what type of strategy they adopt. Whether they adopt the creative strategy, they adopt the customer satisfaction strategy, or they adopt the financial based strategy. So, what type of strategy they are working on? So, we have to keep this in mind, and what the mission and of organization, what what on which thing they are working. So first we identifying it. So after it we are able to do anything. So then we will do the SWOT analysis, and SWOT analysis is basically we analysis the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. S equals to strength and W equals to weaknesses, and O equal to opportunity, and T is threat. So every organization have these attributes, and we will analyze them. So certain strength and weaknesses is basically the internal analysis. It's belong to a company. It's the company thing. So strength is present in the company, and weaknesses is also present in the company. Maybe some company is financially very strong, so it's the strength of the company. Maybe some company is very innovative in technology, so it's the strength of company because they are IT smarts, and maybe some company have innovative stuff. They are work, their stuff is so creative, so it's also the strength of the company. And the weaknesses can be anything. Uh, Weaknesses can be maybe the company has a lack of IT knowledge, so they are not able to move in the modern business environment because of it. Because with the passage of time and slowly everything is changing, everything is becoming more technology based. So every the trend of physical motor and brakes is going to die. Everything is going to be online after this pandemic, and before it is also going or in process. But after the pandemic, it's become more elaborate or highlighted from in the business economy. And then we have the external analysis in which we have opportunity and threat. So it exists in the external environment. So um, we have opportunity if some event is coming, for example, Eid or Christmas or Valentine's Day or Dad Day, Teacher Day, and some Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Azhan, and any sort of event. So for the company, it's become opportunity. They can earn from this event. They can avail the opportunity. So in the environment, we have so many opportunity, and it's the responsibility of the company that they analyze and do the analysis of internal and external environment, and then according to their strength and weaknesses, they will face the threats and they will achieve the opportunity. So opportunity can be any sort of uh, situation or events. We can avail it and get benefits from that. Then we have threats. So threat is also a very important part because we have to cope with it if we are facing uh, some sort of threat from our competitors. So we have to cope up with them. So if the competitor is giving challenge and quality in case to. So we have to face it. We have to identify whether we are able to complete them. If the company is so giant, so this is little bit difficult for us to complete or to face the threat. So we threat after the analysis of our company. So what's the position? What's our strength? What's our weaknesses? And how and what type of steps and what's our capacity? What's our range for doing things? So according to all these analyses and after all these interpretation, we will take the action and we will uh, formulate our strategy. So we do the analysis of internal and external environment, and then we will evaluate the internal and external, and then we find the best match between the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunity and threats. So SO and SG and VOVT. So these four type of strategy we can make after the analysis. We find the best match between the internal and external environment, and according to it, we do which strategy will be going to work in our organization. So then we formulate a strategy. So after it, when we formulate it and then we do the SWOT analysis, we will implement the strategy. So we will start work on it. We will do the action on it, and after it we evaluate the results. What results we got from it? What is the feedback, what's the drawback, what's the improvements, what's the profits, what's the benefits we get from this strategy. Whether strategy is good for our organization or whether it's not good enough. We have to revise it, we have to change it, we have to work on it, or what the consequences, what's the conclusion, what's the results after the whole process we go through. So This is the strategic management process. So hope you guys get it. So we will move on the next slides. So strategic management process steps. So first, as we discussed, what's the we have to identify the current mission, objective, and strategy. So they briefly define it in this slide. So basically, what's the mission of organization? So mission is basically the reason for existence, the reasons for establishment, the reasons for the organization and survival. Um, the organization basic reason has making profit, and its survival it's depend on profit. But every organization have different targets. It's depend on their investment. It's depend on their size of organization, and mm, so in this we have product and services basically. Product and services, they are manufacturing the product and services organization, and through it they are making the profit, and this is the reason for the existence. So it's depend what the organization targeted, what the organization is trying to achieve. So it's the mission of the organization. Then we have goals. um, Goal basically is a foundation for further planning. If we achieve the target, so we will set more goals, and and if we are working on it, so we will measure the performance, how much we achieve it, and how much remain, and what our position, or what's our performance in order to achieving those goals. So for example, if any students want to be doctor, so it's the goal of a student, but he has to go through from various stages and steps. The first is he has to do the intro from science and biology. Then he has to, or she has to give the aptitude test, and then he or she have to study the um, medical college and then university, and then house jobs, and practicing, and then practically and hospitals. So these all are the steps, and then do the specialization, and and a lot of practice. So the ultimate goal is basically specialist in anything, specialist in the heart or brain, whatever the individual want or student want. But before it, he has so many um, things to do, because goal is targets, um, and the previous things are steps, or the stages. So he or she can evaluate the performance towards the target. So whether he is doing well, whether he is getting enough good grades, or he is doing enough hard work, or enough book reading, enough practice. So because every test or every stage has some eligibility, some sort of, because if we will give the aptitude test where we have some standards of percentages and paper clarification standards. So he can or she can evaluate the performance. And if there is drawback, so he or she improved it by hard work, by focusing on the lacking. Here he or she is doing the mistakes, so he can rectify the mistakes, and then he or she can improve it and to keep on track. So the next second step is conducting an external analysis. Um, External analysis is basically a scanning of a specific and journal environment. So we we scan the environment, external environment of company. So in external environment, we have a macro and micro environment. In the previous session, we discussed it a little bit. So macro and micro environment is basically macro is micro is basically the bigger environment in which we have technological changes, geographical, demographical, and so on and so forth. So, in external environment analysis, we identifying the opportunity and threats. So, what's the opportunity we are facing? What's the threats we have in the environment, in the external environment? So, these all the things we have do the analysis. We have worked on it, and there is some compound of the mission statement. So before making the mission statement, we have to look at that. First one is customer who are the organization customer. So organization has to know their customer in which segment they are going to target. What target customer they and then we have product or services and what the organization going to manufacture in their company, whether it's mobile company, whether it's garments company, whether it's toothpaste company, shampoo company, beverage company, food company, can process foods with the product, whether it's some service-based company, they are providing some sort of service therapies or consultant firm with the nature of their product and what their customers and then markets. Um, Geographical where they are competing, whether it's Multan, whether it's Punjab, it's Karachi, and what the location and area of the market, whether it's Defense, Clifton, or Riyadi, or Safari Park, with the location, because it also impacts the organization in a very dramatic way. Um, the organization can provide the product or services according to the taste or according to the expectation of their customer. So they have to consider them. They have to look at them at those technology, how technology, how technologically current is the organization. So in today's days, technological advancement is very important. It's very vital because we have to aware, we have to update about the technologies. And if we take the example of the today environment, those universities, those institutes, those businesses don't have the technology awareness or technological updated, so they are suffering. They are unable to do business. So, and those who have these softwares, so they are doing well, they are earning their profit, their business is not affected. So they know how we can do this in order to create the social distancing, maintaining the social distancing, and do the things online, then do things via technologies. And then philosophy. Basically, what's the organization value, aspiration, and priorities? Whether the organization believe in customer satisfaction, whether the organization is just making profit, they don't care about the customer organization. They believe on just one-time purchase, whether the organization believe on repeated purchase and they want the loyal and the more bounded customer and what the values, whether they care about the economic environment, whether they care about the global warming, whether they are harming whether they care about the green gases, housing. So these are all things which based on the values and aspiration, what they want, what their aspirations and ethical priorities. They are doing things legally or they are using illegal or illegal things. So many organizations are involved nowadays. Many organizations are involved in something and some illegal things. They are steal the taxes or they are export or import the product illegally and discover it. We have so many examples. Internet is full of those examples. If you guys read people and search some internet related topics, so you guys get so many things. So, self concept. So what's the organization quantitative advantage and competency? Every organization has competitive advantage, whether it's the price they are charging very low price, whether it's the quality, whether it's the taste, whether it's the innovation, whether it's the functionality of the product. So they have to gain the competitive advantage. So, and they have to some competencies. So mm, because of it, they are able to capture the market or they are able to survive in the market. So if we talk about the Apple phone, so they are famous for their quality, product, and innovation. So and good performance. So these are the competitive advantage of Apple. So that's why people are paying the high price and premium price for its product because it satisfies the customer expectations and it's fulfill the expectation of customers. So every good product have their competencies and their competitive advantage. So concern for public image. So how responsive the organization to societal and environmental needs. So, for example, in previous years, the laws are facing the problem of halal and non-halal. So, this is the basically public image in the Muslim country. It's the very important thing to produce the food which is halal because we are not eating non-halal things. So, because of it, the image and the profit of place in Pakistan will be affected if they don't address this problem. So, every organization works and concern about the public image. And the last one is concern for employee. Does the organization consider employee a valuable asset? If they, whether the organization value their employees or not, whether they treat them valuable assets or not, because the employee is the most important assets of any organization. And in more organization, they treat their employee more respect and more concern because they are totally their work. They are, if the employees are happy, so ultimately it's increase our profits, it satisfy our customer, and they work in more effective and efficient way. They become more comfortable, more loyal, more creative in the organization. So they, because we are working in an organization, if we feel in a good way, so we perform definitely good. If we have good self-esteem and we are satisfied from our job, from our studies, from our day-to-day life, so it's ultimately affect our performance. We do things in better way. We become more creative. Our mind working in a more positive aspect, and more predictable, and it's true. This it's really true. Humans are literally like that. So organization are treat them in a good way. So in the next we have the third steps in which we do the internal analysis or internal analysis. Basically, in internal analysis, we access the organization resources and capabilities, activities, and culture. In this, we have the strength and weaknesses. So, what the organization resources, whether they have scarce resources or they have unlimited resources, and what the organization capability, whether they are able to convert the raw material into finished good, they have enough good machines to do it, and activities which the manufacturing the process of the organization. It's effective or it's efficient, and the culture and in the culture of the organization is conservative or what minded people are working there. So basically, strength is core competencies. So of the company, which strengthen the um competitive position of the company in the market and create value for customer. Because of the strength, the company are able to perform or capture the customer, perform good and capture the customer. And weaknesses is basically um, the things which the company is not doing good, or if we can say a competitive disadvantage. If the other companies or competitor is doing it well, but the company is not doing it well or not able to do it. So this is the weakness of company because they don't have the resources or they don't have the staff like this. The whole setup is not like that. The then they can what they can able to do. So it's become the weakness of the organization. So now our time is over. So I'm going to stop here and we will continue from the next slide in the coming session. Hope you all are getting something or some concept from these sessions, from all these sessions. And if anyone has any queries, so you guys can ask me on WhatsApp group. And thank you so much. Stay safe. Take care.